Patience may be a virtue, but it's an absolute necessity in Afghanistan. Just ask Syed Mirza Hussain, a simple bicycle repairman from Bamyan. He'll wrestle much of the afternoon with this wheel to make about $5. He's always called this central Afghanistan enclave home.
The area you see now was a marketplace before the Bamyan downtown was built. This is where we used to do our shopping.
The city rests along the old Silk Road, where in the months before the 9/11 terrorist attacks, the Taliban horrified much of the world by destroying 2 giant Buddhas carved into the mountainside.
I always feel sad, disappointed, and uneasy when I drive past this area.
Sad and uneasy for good reason. The soft-spoken Hussain will forever be known as the man who was forced to blow up the Buddhas. It left a hole in the mountain and an empty spot in Hussain's soul. This is the spectacular view from Buddha Mountain. And if we walk down this path, through here was the cave to the very top of the Buddha. The door is now locked for security reasons. But back in 2001, Syed Mirza was faced with a horrific decision, marched up here at gunpoint by the Taliban to plant explosives on the Buddha. If he didn't do it, the only other option was being tossed off the edge to a certain death. There's a bustling market in the city now, but at the heart of the Taliban's power, it was chiefly a ghost town. Ethnic Hazaras like Hussain were imprisoned.
The first day I was captured, I was beaten so badly I couldn't believe I lived. I lost consciousness for 24 hours.
Calling the Buddha's idol worship, the Taliban wanted to send a message of hate to the world. The insurgents lowered Hussain and another man from the top to drill holes and plant dynamite in the statues. While dangling there, Hussain says his friend died of a heart attack.
I took the man the Taliban killed and carried him up here on my shoulder and put him in this cave.
But Hussain lived to witness this.
We felt devastated and upset. It was a world-class, unique statue, but we destroyed it with our own hands. People came from all over the world to see it, but we destroyed it with our own hands.
What's left of the Buddhas are stored in shacks, but much of it has already been carted off by smugglers. Many in Bamyan, including archaeologist Anar Gol Ahmadi, would like to see the statues rebuilt from the rubble. Looking at this, it's like the world's most complex jigsaw puzzle. Is there any way this can be rebuilt?
My concern is that they're stored in a place where people step on them and they deteriorate. And when we want to work on the Buddhas to rebuild, they will be in just awful condition.
She knows it will be next to impossible to rebuild the iconic statues. But Ahmadi sees another threat. The Taliban are involved in Afghan peace negotiations. While she dearly wants an end to the violence, she is terrified at the prospect of the Taliban having any government authority.
I think it will be really difficult for women. They don't allow women to work with the tourists on these historical sites. I fear women will once again be underprivileged.
The mountains are now a protected UNESCO site, recognizing the historical Buddhist sanctuary where east meets west along the Silk Road. Within the caves that dot the mountain, brightly painted icons still peek through the years of abuse and disrepair. But these days, few outside Afghanistan see what's left of these relics. It's just too dangerous to get here. Through no fault of his own, Hussain says he will carry the remorse of what he did to his grave.
I always think about what a horrible thing I did back then. I wish I would have been killed, but it didn't happen. Now this feeling of guilt kills me all the time. But what could I do? They would have killed me if I didn't do it.
A decision no one should have to face. Sean Caleb, CGTN, Bamyan, Afghanistan.